For thousands of years, the human species has been obsessed with entertainment. And tonight, they're about to get everything that they've ever... Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on.
Bloopers.
For thousands of years, the human species has been obsessed with entertainment. And tonight, they're gonna get everything they've ever wanted because...
We are the Art District, and this is our podcast.
Damn straight. With me, of course, everyone's favorite guy.
Ephraim Kiss.
My name's Ephraim Kiss, and...
I'm Jephtanie, your lovely host.
And tonight, we're going to talk about ideas and stuff.
Yeah.
Are you nervous?
And stuff. A little.
This is this woman's first... Let me turn this crap off. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Wait, where is it? Oh.
We'll edit that part. Organic.
We're gonna keep this organic.
I'm really scared. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Crack it open at the same time. And then you do the thing. Now. Cheers,
This
Alani.
is what it's like when you have a producer.
I know. Producer and director.
Shout out to Common Grounds, by the way, for allowing us to use their beautiful podcast room.
Shout out to Alani for making such a detailed, juicy peach, like, for their energy drink.
Ephraim, we're editing that out.
No, we're keeping that. Because it's juicy and it makes it look tasty. So,
If this goes viral.
if it goes viral, which it won't,
Who knows?
then I'm happy. And if it doesn't, I'm still happy.
Yeah.
How you guys doing today? Good. You guys are all doing good. Wait.
You know what? Thank you
Wait,
to
hold
our
up.
new subscribers.
Wait. Someone named John in the audience said he wasn't doing too good.
Is there a John?
John, are you okay? Okay, good. Okay, John's fine. I'm sorry. That was his sister.
Your name is
his little
John.
sister was over annoying him.
Write us.
So,
Authentic.
today we're going to be talking about these ideas that we've been having. And we are creators and artists. The Art District is something that Jephtanie has come up with and has been thinking about for the past, 4 years now?
Maybe a little bit long. Since I would say around 2018.
2018. That's about 6 years. A little bit more than 6 years.
Yeah.
A little more than 5. So you've been thinking about like what inspires you to do the Art District?
I would say just being able to create in general.
And what's the goal?
Like, I feel like it's just something innately, like, from God that he's given us. The goal is really to create a community where people can leave inspired and equipped to do whatever dreams that God put on their hearts.
And do you think that you're going to inspire these people through entertainment alone or just...
Oh, no. It's definitely going deeper than that because, like, we as human beings love entertainment because, like, it distracts us, it numbs our pain, but it can also be a useful tool to teach us some really great lessons.
Okay. What lessons?
Wow, well, there's so much. I'm not gonna even go into, like, right now. They'll just have to see.
This is Lumin Productions, by the way, for now. Hopefully in the future you actually get somebody to do things for you like this. Or it will be me. I don't know. It could literally be me. I don't even know. But Lumin Productions is inspired by Lumina, which is my brand. Lumina Glow is my jewelry, actually, business where I make every bead individually myself. Been doing it for like 7 years. And I'm a major artist myself. Video editor and breakdancer and dancer, choreographer, actor. Like, I've done a lot of different things, and ever since I was a kid, I was never able to pay attention in class because I couldn't stop thinking about weird things and concepts and ideas all the time. Like, I was literally always getting, like, D's. I was always the second worst person in my class. My whole life growing up, I was always the second most weirdest kid in the class, slowest kid in the class. Like I was always the second to last. So it's good. It's a blessing actually to have always having one person that's a little bit worse.
Vulnerable. I love it.
I'm very vulnerable. Ask me any question, I'll say it right here. No, really, I'm challenging you. You want to ask me something?
Okay.
I mean, I am a video editor, so I do say something, I can just take it out.
This is very authentic. How did we meet?
We met through a random event.
Discord.
A Discord, actually. Pierre Lewis, that's his name.
Yes.
Shout
out to Pierre Lewis.
Shout out to Pierre Lewis.
And Kirby.
And Kirby Desvalianos.
Kirby Desvalons, yes.
Desvalianos.
Yes. And Joey.
Eh.
Yes, Joey! Joey from Australia.
So these people are originally from a Discord that that Pierre, actually, he didn't start it, but someone named Jonah Wiley, he's a famous TikToker, Christian influencer online, and he passed down a Discord, probably because there's a bunch of 12-year-olds always asking them to pray for him, and he needed to pass it down to somebody.
They adopted it, basically.
And Jonah was like, hey, I need to pass this on to somebody, and Pierre was the most trusted person. There was
Very dedicated. Very dedicated. Every day, every night, personal problems, here for you. Really a pastor.
Yeah. No,
really
he's probably going to be a pastor in the future, not going to lie. Teacher, at least.
And then it got passed down to Kirby and Joey.
Yeah. But all that aside, how we met is through that in the beginning. I met a girl named Lexi. I think she started to like me, and then I started to like her, and
From too much.
I can cut that
too
out.
much. We're just gonna bleep out their names. I love that. We're gonna bleep out that name.
There's a girl named.
We love her. Nothing bad. Nothing bad. It's just too personal.
That's true. I'm gonna call her Veronica.
Okay.
Veronica started to like me, and then I started to like Veronica. I don't have to censor out names. I'm not going to make it sound like we're swearing every single time we say a name. Like this.
Okay. We're just going to call her Veronica from now on, okay? You're going to bleep out.
Yeah. No problem. It's not even a big deal, honestly. It's a testimony. And one day, these testimonies are going to go out, and they're going to be good. So this girl started to like me. I started to like her. As I started to like her, she stopped liking me. And it's probably just some issues, I guess. We have our own, everyone in life, they just start liking somebody. Sometimes they're not interested anymore because they thought they saw something potential. They realized it wasn't there. For me, I feared rejection my entire life. And what is it? I started to like this person, and it kept me on the Discord, I'd say, for the most part. And because it kept me on the Discord, I would actually go on more and more and more, right? And I was very plugged in. I was going on every night, sometimes even twice a day. I was going crazy. And Jephtanie was actually one of those really quiet people that was always
I was barely there. Pierre would say he would see me around every 1,000 years, which I was there rarely, but I did see you on the Discord.
I was the one that would show my face when no one else would. I would actually do the FaceTime thing, and everyone else would actually sometimes even join me and just start doing it too.
It would only be 2 or 3 people on a FaceTime. And mainly our leader and somebody else, but
pretty much
voluntarily, it's not that many people.
Yeah.
And the Discord had around 600 people with only really, I would say 30 dedicated members.
30, yeah. Because Jonah was gone, so everyone was kind of oh, well, we don't really want to do this anymore, and who the heck is Pierre? They're probably thinking that. I don't know what it was like before, actually, because I actually met Pierre at a Daniel Adams, evangelist Daniel Adams?
Yes.
Cast demons out of people.
Yes.
He's anointed.
Yes.
And
that's where I met Pierre, too.
Yeah?
Yeah, Kirby had introduced me to Pierre
Was it that nice? Was that night at West Palm Beach? During that revival?
It might have been one of them, but I don't remember where. Probably at Blueprints.
Blueprints? Okay.
So, yeah, that's Yeah, we were affiliated with them. But then when we first met,
Yeah. Yeah, no, when
like
we
in
first
person.
met, I actually was going to West Palm Beach, and I was in a very rough place mentally. And a lot of times I was in a very rough place. But I went over there, and um, everyone was so happy to see each other, and I was still liking this girl a little bit at the time too, even after that. And you know, I had a very different mindset. I was very focused on things that I'm not focused on now. This was a year and 8 months ago, actually. You know, when I
You've
moved,
grown a lot since then.
oh my
A lot
gosh,
of growth.
a lot of growth. West Palm Beach. I actually moved to West Palm Beach exactly 1 year after that week. That's crazy. Like, it actually is. It's kind of crazy. I moved here on March 1st.
That is so cool.
Yeah. So I didn't know that I would move here 1 year later. And basically what happened is that night we went to I didn't know where I was going to sleep. And I was actually like feeling like an outcast. I was like, "Oh, I know this trip is going to suck, you know."
You were so depressed.
I was very
but
depressed.
you came to us so happy but so depressed at the
Yeah,
same time.
it's like a mix of emotions. You know, it's like you're so happy to see everybody for the first time, but then you feel like you're not. You're gonna be a third wheel. You're hopeless. You know, this girl doesn't like you. Oh, I'm gonna sleep inside of someone's car. You know, I'm not
But it
gonna
was
feel
so
welcome.
circumstantial, like so very, the situation and
Yeah,
where you're at mentally, emotionally,
it turned out to
feeling
be.
discouraged.
You know, so that night we went to Applebee's after Kirby's church and actually had a phone call from my mother, and she was crying and she was like saying like, "Oh my gosh, like Aaron, I'm so worried about him. Aaron's my brother. He was in the Marines. He was actually being like abused. And I'm not gonna give any details for his sake, you know, because he probably doesn't want that out there. But they were treating him so horribly. And me and my brother Aaron actually come from a very rough background. We've been through a lot, you know. And I'm not gonna explain, you know, what happened, but there was abuse, and we had a rough childhood, and neither of us are even completely there yet. You know, we have a lot to heal from, and so we, you know, he was actually planning to kill people and then kill himself. And I was already planning. I wanted to die too. I was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to be on this planet for much longer. And then at Applebee's afterwards, we actually prayed for my brother. And actually, God actually sent someone the very next day, I think. His name was Seymour. And kind of got him out of that mess, you know. And Aaron got mad at, he left. He left the military for good measure. And he was pretty much protected after that point. God is good. And that night we went to Applebee's.
It was a miracle. Like
It
that
was.
night was that night was a whole answered prayer because like I remember we gathered around you and we prayed for you, but like
Yes.
I was just feeling so like exhausted, like tired, like how
Oh,
much
sorry about that.
like we were all like carrying you and like lifting you
Oh.
up and like, you know, being supportive and all, but like, Lord, we need your help.
Yeah.
And
No.
help came.
Yeah, because there was a lot going on, not just for my situation, but for my brother, for, like, there was something happening in the spiritual realm, for sure. You cannot deny, like, there was something big happening that night.
Yeah.
You know, we just didn't see it. And actually, I was praying for something before then about God to send me people, you know, and that night at Applebee's, there was a table behind us, right? Behind me, at least. So here's the order. It was me. I was sitting across from, was it you? I think it was you. It was you, yeah.
Me.
Yeah, and me and you were
A
actually
bunch
talking.
of our friends were there.
Yeah, lovely
that we
Lexi,
went.
and Sham Wow was next to me. Sham Wow was a fun one. She had like an afro, and she would just like move around like this, and her afro would just move around. She was just like so enthusiastic. She was so cool. I miss that girl. I haven't actually talked to her since I've been here. Maybe she'll see this podcast. But
Reach out.
basically, so this is what happened. I heard the word Jesus behind me, and I looked over, and I was like, I saw a young man named Alex. Alex is actually the one that's basically what we talked to after. So here's how it happens. I hear the word Jesus. I look behind me. Someone named Alex. He's a blonde guy. He's a handsome man. He's talking to everybody, like, really enthusiastically, jumping all over the table, very energetic. So these people behind us are, I assumed that they were Christians, you know, and the way Alex was acting, he's kind of had those youth pastor vibes, so I was kind of like, these are Christians. I cannot deny. But I didn't think anything would be of it, so we stayed till, like, midnight. And we actually, both of us were, like, the last people leaving. They were right in front of us, and we were leaving after. And then something Lovely said. Lovely said something, and she was like, I heard Alex say across the parking lot, wait, you guys are Christian? And then we're like, yeah, we're Christian. And then we all come together. We're all talking. It's beautiful.
Our family. I got all my brothers. It was crazy though, because that night we were arguing about where we wanted to eat after we prayed for you.
Nobody wanted to go to Applebee's. Except for ShamWow. She really wanted to go to Applebee's.
So we were like, oh, fine, we'll go. Like, just pick a place, you know. And we didn't plan on meeting them. And now, like, they're your church now.
They are my church. So what happened that night? We all were together, and we just started praying. There's an older gentleman. His name is Javier, and he was actually praying over the waiters and waitresses and stuff. And I was like, this guy's weird. The way he's talking, he's like, hello, Papa. I'll come here. Oh, God bless you. You know, and I'm like, this guy's weird. Who does this guy think he is? He's like, he's got to be faking it, you know, or he's from some really odd culture or something. I didn't understand.
He's really sweet.
He's my man now. I love him. It's been so long, but he's my guy. Javier Patazzi is the sweetest man ever. Like,
yes.
Like, God bless him, you know. And I didn't know that these people would have such an impact on me. And everyone was talking, and Alex was like dancing around, you know, and then I looked at the girl, you know, I liked at the time, and I was like, she's probably hitting on one of these guys, you know. I was getting kind of insecure, but I was like, at the same time, I didn't really care. I just felt like everything was good, and everyone was communicating, and then I saw Javier actually staring at from the car, just leaned back on a car. He was the only one left out, and everyone was talking except for me and him. And I walked towards him, and I was like, what do you see? And he's like, oh, I just see people talking, you know, hanging out. What do you see? And then I just start blowing him up with vulnerability and telling him everything. And then he's like, yep. And then he starts telling me things about myself that he should not know. I never really had words of knowledge back then, but that's when the Holy Spirit, you know how the Holy Spirit lives inside of us?
Yeah. Holy
Holy Spirit knows things. So he communicates to people that are close to him by just telling them things, and he starts telling me like things about myself he should not know, about abuse, about my father, about everything. And then I ask him about the girl, and he looks at me and he says, oh yes, women, if you chase women your life, it will kill you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And actually, after that point, I actually didn't really think about the girl ever again. I feel like God used her to get me at a certain place and move me there, because I feel like this was so destined to happen that everything that led up to that point was actually on purpose.
Yeah.
It was like for a reason. And shot my hand out, shooting star came down. Alex saw it because I believed something was going to happen when I did it. I expressed faith, and power came out of it. And that's not the first time things like that have happened. Kirby has seen something with electricity, and like whenever I believe something's gonna happen, sometimes it does. When I shoot my hand out, I'm like, I believe it. You know,
you have to be visual to understand this. Don't get stuck in your mind.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, don't. Like Daniel Adams, I shot my hand out, all the power went out, and then I shot it out again. It turned back on like 15 seconds later. Like you know, I feel like these are just kind of expressions of faith. It doesn't necessarily mean. I did ask Javier there. I was like, I'm not going to get in detail with that, actually. I'm not ready to say those things yet. I did say some cool stuff, and he confirmed it. And I feel like, you know, that is for God to reveal in the future. Mm-hmm. However, that entire week.
Oh, my gosh. The days after.
That's
like,
where
it wasn't just a one-day thing.
Yeah. People think it was, but it wasn't.
It was just, like, I can't even. I would have to bring you in to the situation and, like, just drop you in our lives for, like, that entire week. And you know the fun thing? Jesus, what was that
Revolution.
movie? Jesus Revolution came out, like, around that same time. And I really felt like we physically lived it. Because here was someone who was just open-hearted. Like, God, have my week, have my schedule. You know, at that time, Mike, he's still a real estate agent. But, like, he literally just opened up his schedule to, like, host us. And he just, allowed us to hang out in his house. And, like, he gave you space for that.
Yeah, I felt like I thought I was going to say from my car. Javier was like, hey, Mike, I need you to help us with something. And then he talked to him for a little bit. And Mike was like, yeah, you guys can stay at our house. Because it wasn't just me. It was Pierre who actually stayed there, too. I slept in the living room. And Pierre slept in the living room, too. We actually slept against the wall.
I remember that day. You remember that day when Pierre was just, like, he said he was going to be going to the Keys, driving 4 hours.
Wait.
But he couldn't even, like...
He didn't do it. He never did it. And I said I was going to come with him.
He was, like, sleeping like a log on the floor. He's like, he was driving around, like, all day.
That day actually was the day that I found out my calling. That was the first day I found out my calling. So, yeah, no, that was the biggest day. It wasn't the Applebee's. It was actually that day. For me. For everyone, the Applebee's probably was the biggest day. But yeah, that's how we met, because I remember you were over the FaceTime and you were like, oh, wait, Ephraim's going to be there? And I heard you actually speaking. You're like, Ephraim? I was like, oh, she knows me? I'm like, oh, yeah, from the Discord.
Yeah, because, like, I had never met you before. I've only seen you on the screen,
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. I remember Eureka. She's so fun.
Eureka? I haven't seen her in a bit. I still owe her a bracelet. Her and ShamWow.
Yeah, like, Eureka was there. She's from Miami. Like... not giving out addresses, but she was so cool. Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah, no, we went to, like, a movie theater. There was this thing called Out in Jesus' Name, and Daniel Adams was the main person, actually, right? Talking about it, and it was a movie about deliverance and about the walk of God. And
that was that same week that because they came out.
That was the next day. In fact, I actually have an entire, like, all these video clips, because Veronica actually did a bunch of clips too, and I said, hey, we're gonna merge our clips together and I'm gonna make a video about this. And she goes, okay, cool. And so we both decide to do this, right? Put to video record our own ends of it. And I mean, she never did anything with it, but I still have the footage, and pretty soon I'm actually gonna make a video. I'm gonna make a video about it, and it's gonna be a part of my testimony. A lot has changed since then. And I was very immature, and I think a lot of us were, and I was kind of like dreamy boy back then. I wasn't what I am now, but I, I'm going to put it all together with music, and it's going to be really nice. And Mike's song, Everything, was something that we were listening to.
Can we actually play it?
We're going to play it right now.
The raw version, not the one that
He never gave me the original.
You know what? That's perfect.
Exactly. I kept saying, hey, Mike, give me the original.
That was
he said,
the
yeah,
hit
I'll give
song
it to you.
This week. I
even told him, hey, can I please be a part of it? He's like, you'll have a part in it. He never let me have a part in it. Bro.
Like, I was like, Mike, I don't want to hear anything else you produce. That one song is it. Like, it's from heaven. It's anointed. It's perfect.
Yeah, the whole week was surrounded by that song. Like, that was the whole
It was...
like the little...
It was... The feeling I could give you is, like, it's like being in heaven. And it's
orange
like,
glowiness.
It's like being at home and never wanting to leave home.
Yeah.
Like,
now, if we were still in that, I would want to leave if we were in it. If we were in it still, like, if, let's say, every day was still happening, but, it, like, to this day, I'd probably want to leave now at this point, but that's enough orange glowiness for now. Every day felt like 48 hours. Would you agree?
Oh my gosh. Every day felt like we lived an eternity.
Every day
feels like it's been literally 2 days. That's how much we've been
And literally, it was simple. It was nothing like crazy. It's just sitting on the couch and like hanging out and being in God's presence.
No, we were. Oh, you're talking about the worship day that we had?
No, just that entire week at Mike's house. It was just anointed. All the angels were there.
It was more than just at his house though, because we did things at the beach. I mean, it was
Yeah.
really just, it was, a lot of it was a fun time, too, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, it was a great time. Like, I miss everybody, you know? I miss Lovely, miss wait, I shouldn't say names.
First names. You guys don't know who these people are.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to Google these people and find out who they are.
They're not gonna find them.
Okay, good.
They're not gonna know. How are they gonna know? They're not gonna know.
Yeah.
This song, guys, we've been listening to this like
Like, I forgot.
58 times.
Your
We
name.
haven't released it yet. Listen to this thing.
Your name is your love is uninterruptible. Your heart is so lovable, and you
This
are
guy wrote it.
everything.
Hey, he's wearing the bracelet.
I won't stop needing you. 'Cause you are everything.
Why you sleeping?
We just came out of river church. It was absolutely phenomenal. I'm in the spirit falling.
He looks like a prophet. Let me see this.
And we're out.
Like literally the next day, like we had met a bunch of people from the river, West Palm Beach,
Mm-hmm.
at the restaurant at Applebee's that night. You know, shout out to Applebee's.
Shout out to the river.
Shout out to the river.
Applebee's is a restaurant, and we don't even know which Applebee's, you know? Franchises don't count. I don't care.
The one that's closest to the river. Anyways, yeah, that morning we went to the beach and we were just hanging out with everybody and
A lot of fun.
just playing on the beach. It was amazing.
Yeah, I really got to know Kirby that day. Kirby was a really cool guy. I gave everyone one free bracelet. I made everyone a bracelet that glowed. I make the world's brightest glowing phosphorescent jewelry. I make every bead individually, and I do all the chemistry for every single color itself.
Advertisement.
I'm Lumina Glow.
Low-key. An ad.
This is kind of high key.
You know, you should put like a QR code somewhere for them to like.
Oh yeah, it's right here.
purchase.
This is it, right here. I'm actually moving it around. You see it?
Wait. You know, just
Oh, you want me
make
to
the
put it
box
here?
right here. Yeah,
Here.
there you go.
There it is, right
There
there.
it is.
There it is. Hey, don't crush it. All right,
No.
perfect.
You be the other part. maybe it'll
All right.
work. Maybe it'll work
It's gone
this
now.
way.
No, it's gone. I crushed it.
Okay. Anyways, sir, very vulnerable first podcast. Yeah.
This is your podcast, right?
This is my podcast.
I'm sorry. I don't want to take the
Welcome,
spotlight.
Weird Yard District. No. Actually, you're my first guest.
Okay.
I'm really happy to have you. So what made you inspired to start Lumina Glow
Lumina Glow.
Lumina Glow Productions?
Lumina Glow is not a productions. Lumin Productions is a productions.
Okay, thanks.
Lumina and Lumin are two separate things. I'm Lumin. Lumina, I haven't met her yet. It's going to be my future wife. But Lumina means light, and Lumin means light. Spanish, romantic languages. And Lumina was actually originally the name strontium aluminate, which is the chemical formulation in that makes my glowing stuff glow, right? And I was trying to come up with a name for my car based on that because I was actually going to do strontium aluminate on my car to make it glow, right? And I was like, Alu. That was my first car. It's the first G35 I had. But it was a project car because there was a guy that was really abusive and really wanted me to be a part of his racing team. And he actually used me for free labor. Terrible for the longest time. For the longest time, he used me.
We're gonna dive into another story.
I have a lot of stories. You can write a book on my life. There's a lot of interesting things. But Alu was the name I came. And my mom was like, Alu? I was like, yeah, that sounds kind of Arabic, doesn't it? She goes, Lumina or Lumina. We came up with Lumina because it's short, illuminates. We took Illumina out, Lumina, and then we shortened it to Lumina. And we were like, Lumina's beautiful. Lumina's a beautiful name, you know, and it means light. And Lumin is a shorter version of it. I came up with that in D&D in Canada, playing D&D. Lumin is me. It's what I aspire to be, intergalactic. So Lumin, and I came up with kind of like a story idea for it. Lumina is a female, and Lumin is masculine because it's, without the at the end. Mm-hmm. Lumin is the mysteries of the sky, and Lumina is the mysteries of the sea. The two places that we don't understand. Lumina.
Ooh, and it's very interesting.
Yep, and I came up with a story. Lumin, Prince of Saturn. One day he's going to be a king. He came down to Earth, and he's looking for his love, Lumina, the mystery of the sea. It's the feminine and masculine energy, because feminine is more down to earth, connected to the earth, child labor, childbirth, like these earthly things. Women are more, I'd say women are a bit more more primally connected and softer energy, and masculine's more fiery, passionate stars, like galactic, coming from above. That was kind of like the idea, masculine, feminine energy, feminine, masculine, and trying to make a story out of it, It's
very interesting. You have a very creative mind.
Thank you. Yeah.
How does it feel to be the first creative I am interviewing?
I don't know. I am Lumin, right? So I get ideas. Lumin Productions, the reason why it's a production line is because it is ideas coming out of the air, from the sky. Lumin, right? I am Lumin Productions. These ideas are actually coming from God, right? The Holy Spirit. And Lumina is that we are the light in dark places. Yeah. Lumina comes from the earth. Lumina is a natural thing, a physical thing you can touch. Lumin Productions is something you can't touch. It's something out there. So I am Lumin, and I am the light in dark places. As Christians, we are the stars, right? We are all Lumin. Mm-hmm. We are the light of the world, the dark world. The reason why Lumina glows in the dark is because we're living in a dark and fallen world. So it glows in the dark. And the reason why it gets charged by the light is because Jesus is the light. And every time we read his word, we get a new bit of glow. We get more glow, but we start to die down. So we need more.
As we get away.
Mm-hmm, as we get away.
The interesting thing about his bracelets is that you go outside and the sun actually charges it.
Charges it.
I've gone to sleep with your bracelets and I've had to take them off because it's so bright.
It's so bright.
Especially once you go outside and you go back inside, they just start glowing.
They're light bulbs.
It's so bright. Yeah.
That's Lumin.
And the thing is, it glows forever.
It glows forever.
It
lasts
stop
forever.
Glowing.
We are the light of the dark and fallen world. The only way we will be seen in the darkness is if we are having a fresh shine of the anointing of the Lord. So it all ties together. Lumin and Lumina, it all ties together as one. And God is the source of that light. And marriage, it's so deep. It's about marriage. It's about everything. Lumin and Lumina, it's so cool. And it's something that, it's a progressive idea. And Lumin is, I have this vision. I don't know, it might sound a little bit conceited and a little bit controlling, but it's I always had this vision of this intergalactic version of myself having my hand over the planet with these purple ribbons coming out, and the other hand holding God's hand through a portal, and there's purple energy. It's I can't contain it, and it's holding the planet together. It's
Ephraim's wild.
Maybe it's an egotistical thing. Maybe I want to control the whole planet, or maybe it's actual inspiration from the Lord. I've always wanted to dress retro futuristic, because retro futurism, by the way, is the 1950s version of the future. We believed we were going to have flying cars by now.
That gives me another skit idea.
Hey.
We could do something.
Make sure you're caught by the mic. You get cut out sometimes.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
That's good. Yeah. I think there's a lot of hope for the future. You notice how I just want to point this out. Two versions of the future. The 1930s and through 1950s, they believed we were all going to have intergalactic shaped hair. It's going to shoot out. We're all going to wear clothing with those little side things. We're going to have flying cars, jetpacks, and it's very hopeful, shooting for the stars. They did this little thing with their hands. By the way, that's the Lumin symbol now. I use it whenever, it kind of looks like Hitler a little bit. But it's not, I promise.
It's not.
That's my salute. It's the very hopeful, shoot for the stars kind of thing, Buzz Lightyear kind of thing. I have a very hopeful view of the future. So does my church. We believe that there's going to be a great awakening in the church, And by the way, my pastor always has this joke. He's like, an intergalactic ministry. I've been saying that word for a while, even before coming to the church. And when he said that, I was like, did the Holy Spirit tell him something? He's like, intergalactic ministry, making a joke, being sarcastic. Oh, people want to have an intergalactic ministry. And I'm just like, I want to have an intergalactic ministry. I'm like, how did he know? Turns out it was a joke he's been doing for a while time. So maybe there's a reason for that. The river goes into water, Lumina. And on a river, you build ships, and then you send them off into the world to do their job. But you have to build the ship on the river first. That is the purpose of the river. You are to learn and be built as a ship. I'm not a ship yet. I'm not fully built yet. That's why I'm going to Bible school. That's why I'm dedicated here. God has given people dreams and visions and things that have appointed me to realize that I need to be here in West Palm Beach. And, of course, that experience we all had together. Yeah. It all ties together. God has used a lot of things to kind of like show me, and straight up telling people, too. What was I going to say again? I was on to something. Oh, yeah, retrofuturism. It's a hope for the future. And then the other version of the future, the other one, nowadays, people kind of see like this, it's no longer retro. It's like really hopeless, like buildings are really close together, cyber, whatever they call it. It's
15-minute cities.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like very hopeless future. It's like that's our version.
We
of
live
the
in
future.
one apartment.
Oh, God.
They put everybody in one city, and then
Ew.
the animals get to rule the world, and
I don't know about that.
humans are submissive to
Wait.
the animals. The animals are like here, and
what
then
are you talking
humans are
about?
here. Like their version of the future. I mean,
never
if you're
heard about
looking
the
for the
animals.
New World Agenda goals, the
Well,
United Nations goals.
creative ideas oftentimes are emotional replications of how we feel. So it's like if we feel that way about the future, or that's our version of the future, that could be how hopeful we are about the future. And everyone's very depressed nowadays. It's just kind of like, I like retrofuturism because it was more of a symbol of hope. Shoot for the stars. We're gonna travel to space. We're gonna dress really cool, and then it's like, oh no, we're all depressed. Everything's kind of like digital. It's like not good. So that's why I like retrofuturism. It kind of like it's a symbol of hope. Hope. Yes, symbol of hope.
Yeah. I think people are depressed about the future because they don't have anything to look forward to. Like, they don't know, and they don't know what they don't know,
Yeah, I feel like that could be governmental. Like, the CIA wants us to not be hopeful in order for us to not fight back, just in case we ever need to,
CIA, we love you.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Sorry, CIA. Not sorry. You guys suck.
The CIA or Big Pharma or just
Screw
everything.
Big Pharma.
Gosh, you already know where this show is going. Don't get us canceled.
I'm drinking an
before
energy
we
drink and saying
start.
screw Big Pharma.
Did the FDA approve of this?
I mean, it doesn't matter if they do or not. It's if it doesn't make enough money. You know what makes me mad?
What?
Birth control. I know I'm not a woman, but birth control is horrible. I hate birth control.
Because of what it does to us, or
Yeah, and it's just terrible. It's like why?
I heard it makes people depressed.
It makes people depressed. It throws their thyroids out of balance, causing weight gain issues for the future, like for a long time. It throws your hormones out of whack, and I feel like it's becoming worse. It's like, do we care about human health?
But even the shots now, I've been seeing ads for, if you've been getting the Depo-Vera shot, you can sue because we messed up your system and we caused cancer.
Dang, that's too bad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's unfortunate. Do you have any questions for me?
Wow.
Because I went off topic. I went to my testimony, but I
Yeah,
started
but
talking
we
about it.
wanted to hear all that.
Good.
Yeah. What question? Questions. So when did you become a Christian?
I was born into a Christian household, I'd say more religiously Christian.
Mm-hmm.
We were Southern Baptist, and we went to Southern Baptist camps, but I realized there's so much more truth. I'm more Pentecostal now, you know. Still not like I'm not like charismatic or anything. I'm literally I just believe in the Bible. If the Bible says that we're gonna do this and that, I believe in it. You know, people are like, oh, you're Pentecostal because you believe in speaking in tongues. Not exactly, but if that is what makes you Pentecostal, then I guess I'm Pentecostal. You know, we're non-denominational, honestly. But if the Bible says something and you believe in the Bible, therefore it's true. Because
Right.
God's not going to make his holy word, you know, not have some inaccuracies in it. Why would God let that? I mean, the book of Enoch, for instance, is mostly accurate, but we don't know yet. We don't know that, and it's not in the Bible for a reason. So it's like, hey, even though there's accuracies, there's a reason why it's not there. You know? It's like,
I think we get into trouble when we're so, I guess, dogmatic on our little boxes, you know? Because,
tradition.
yeah, because, you know, it's not like God created denominations. We wanted some organizations. So,
Yeah, some
you
people
know,
were
we made
like
the denominations.
denominations, and you can thank the Southern Baptist Convention of the past for that. For
We don't want to
for a
step
lot
on
of that
any
stuff.
toes.
Yeah, but if your toe's so big and just
Oh my
swollen,
gosh.
it's easy to step on accident. You know, so I'm not stepping on
We
eggshells
love
for
everyone.
anybody. Oh, we love everybody, but I'm not afraid of correcting them. You know, honestly, like oh, by the way, I'm not there yet, but in the future, I know there's gonna be a lot of people that are not gonna like me. That's all I'm saying.
Ah, that's fine.
That's okay.
Not everybody's cup of tea.
No, I've come to learn in life. No matter what you do, there's always gonna be that one guy that doesn't like you.
Yeah. I mean, it's better to be authentic because, like, at the end of the day, who are you going to live with? Ephraim or a version of you that they like? You can't be everybody's version of you that they like. That's not
You
possible.
can only take so much emotional distress. Like, you can't feel drained all the time by trying to please everybody. I used
Yeah.
to be kind of a bit of a pushover being young, you know, and I didn't know how to be. I didn't know. Because, you know, it wasn't my fault. Like, you know, going through abuse, you're like, you learn how to survive. You don't emotionally develop like other kids. You're kind of like behind, and you actually see everyone excelling, and you're like, just still in survival mode, and you just don't know what's wrong. You know there's something going on, but you don't know what it is, and everyone just thinks you're weird. You know, all my siblings, including me, we were all very alone when we were young. You know, we didn't really have that many people, you know, and, you know, so it might not feel very fair, but there's a lot of people that are going through this. And, you know, sometimes whenever I'm, like, complaining about life, I watch a video on survivors from North Korea that escaped, and you realize how bad, how many places don't have a good life, and it's horrible. And I'm happy, even though there's not much to see in America. You got a Winn-Dixie here, you got a Walgreens here, you got Publix, you got, you know, a bunch of buildings for commercial advertising, and everything's hollow. You knock on it, it's all hollow, like not real wood, not real this, not real that. It's all plastic. It's not Italy. Not everything can be Sicily and Rome, you know. Not everything can be real stone. It's okay, just because there's not a lot to see. As long as we're blessed, that's fine. You know, just realize that people have it very hard in other places, really.
Yeah.
honestly.
And I mean, it's not to compare, to be like, I'm not in that situation, but it's to be grateful for, like, what we do have.
Yeah, and we have food to survive, even though, by the way, are you happy that Trump got elected? Oh, boy. Here we go. Now it's time for people to decide whether or not they like us. Here we go. Sorry, Jephtanie, to start you off like this.
You know, we are one nation, one country, under God.
Okay.
So at the end of the day,
Keep going.
whatever party that won,
Oh,
still
it
one
doesn't
country.
matter.
Can't cut it in half, you know. Like, we're still going to be one nation.
Two wings of a bird,
Although
right wing.
I
Left.
am happy that Trump won,
Me too.
you know.
Woo! Make America great again. I'm blonde, just like him. People can't say I look like
Oh
him.
my God.
I'm happy there's another Kennedy in office too. You know what that means? they're gonna change up our diet because you know how Kennedy.
I love that. Cause
he
what do
l-
we?
He wants to change everything about the FDA, and you know they're scared. They're like, oh no, the pharmaceutical companies are gonna lose so much money. Oh yeah,
I've noticed
everything's
actually,
gonna change.
this actually has not bad stuff in it. Carbonated water as the first ingredient.
Okay.
Citric acid.
Okay.
You guys can make this at home. Natural flavor. We don't know what that is. Taurine, erythritol, sodium citrate, L-theanine. That
L-theanine. You know what L-theanine is, right?
Caffeine.
Wait. You know what?
Sucralose.
Wait. Do you know what L-theanine is? L-theanine is a precursor to GABA, and we're gabbing right now. Actually, GABA is a natural. By the way, it's funny. It's like there was a podcast girl, and her name was Gabby. She was actually sisters of a girl that actually brought me to Elevate Life, which is actually why I went to the Daniel Adams concert through a man named Richard. That was based on my first podcast I ever did. So that's actually kind of funny.
Get community, guys.
Community. Always be in
The
community.
important thing is to get community and
Oh
get
my
connected.
She had a podcast called Gabbin' with Gabs. I never knew what that meant until tonight, until I learned what the word gabbin meant. I was like, what's the word gabbin meant?
Yeah.
We're gabbing right now. We're gabbing.
Mostly Ephraim, but I'm
Yeah,
happy for
I'm
that.
sorry.
So I'm
I'm
so
so
happy
sorry.
for that. Don't be sorry.
GABA is a
This
precursor.
is my first of many, you know. Yeah, last night I just discovered there was a school on School. That's SKOOL.com to show you how to make your own show, like your own live show. I'm like, that is so cool. Yeah, some of the ideas that I've had for you is to have like a live show.
Mm-hmm.
Are you checking yourself out right now?
No, I'm actually about to go on Instagram Live while doing this at the same time. This is actually...
Anyways,
I mean, checking out myself. I don't really know if there's much to check out, to be honest. I'm just joking. I'm a good-looking guy. Sorry, I need to stop saying that stuff about myself. Here, let me get this going.
is that even gonna work? Maybe you could try this.
Your drink?
Yeah,
Want any more?
it's perfect. All right. Hello, welcome viewers. Welcome
Okay.
viewers on Instagram. Was it planning this?
Mary is my
Ask
first
us
viewer?
questions.
Get out of here. So we're actually on live right now while doing a podcast, and it's all connected. We're doing like 2 different videos at
This
the
is
same
our
time.
first time. We'll be more professional next time.
It's not bad.
Apologies to our audience.
Yo. Hey, what's up, Mary? And everyone else too.
Anyways, a shout out. I already feel like this podcast is all over the place.
It is all over the place.
Right now, I'm
isn't it?
casting for interns for the art district. So if you're interested in becoming an intern and doing all things creative, me and Ephraim, join. Apply online. I'm on Indeed. If you search up creative intern for We Are the Art District, our ad will pop up. It's not really an ad. It's like a job post. Yeah. But I'm excited to have you.
What inspired you to do the art district? Like, why are you even doing this thing?
Okay. It's been like a fire in my heart. Like, it's been really a dream that I really could not get rid of. So I'm really trying this out full force. You know, I don't really have much. Just me, an idea that God gave me. But like, I'm taking like inspiration from, basically having just a mustard seed of faith and just seeing where this will go.
That's kind of
'Cause,
what,
like,
that's
yeah,
with anything.
in these days, like, it's so easy to like start a new business, launch that thing. The thing is like getting your face out there, and that's what I've been like more like afraid of, like just starting and actually like trying and being vulnerable and
Getting anything started up, getting any business or anything out there is hard because not everybody is like super extroverted too. That can be a part of it, but I feel like humans in general, like, it's like the fear of failure can cause us to not even want to try or take some of the first like 3 steps. Because once you get past a certain phase, it like it can become easier. Like, especially if it's something you don't enjoy. You enjoy art?
I love it.
I love it too. So I feel like if you enjoy it, it becomes 10 times easier.
Oh,
Like, if you hate doing sales and you work in insurance, you're not gonna be able to make sales.
I think, yeah. I don't know that I necessarily love sales, actually.
No?
Yeah, I don't think I really love sales. But I love making art. You know, I love connecting people like this on more than small talk, you know, where we just get each other and, yeah.
Ask me a question.
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is a perfect shade of teal. It's called Lumina. I'm gonna make my car that color. I've been planning on doing that for like 4 years now. I still haven't done it. Because I haven't made a lot of money. Finances are tough. Minus the Instagram live. We're still doing the podcast.
Right.
For Lumin Productions.
Right.
For now.
I've not run out of things to say. My brain is just quiet right now.
All right, I'll ask you questions. So, where do you see the art? What is your big vision for the art district?
I would love for us to be able to travel together.
You want to travel
like as
the world.
a whole staff, yeah.
Wait.
Go to places and film in other countries.
What about the United States? Traveling around the United States.
That's perfect too, but like I love to go everywhere.
Okay. Do you want to turn this into a ministry?
You know what the problem is?
What?
It's too much of both.
Wait, what?
It's too much of business and it's too much of ministry, and I can't separate it. The two are just like rivers that converge, like salt water and fresh water, and they just mix, and I can't separate it.
You should come back to the river, West Palm Beach. Honestly.
So, yeah, I love visiting there. I came when was it? Yeah, I went to the KBF Business Expo. It was really great.
Yeah.
It was really great. I got some really great contacts. I think I will contact someone there for our lights for the Color Factory.
Yeah?
Yeah, the Color Factory is the internal branch that does the internal marketing. So that's one of the projects I'm looking at getting picked up to start our fundraising to kickstart getting artists to work on creative projects.
You know the business better than I do, honestly. You know more about the business. I know more about just being entertaining, I guess. I don't really know much about business, to be honest.
Yeah, but you're a useful asset, you know. I'm thinking like one of the ways that we could do marketing with local business is actually putting on like commercials. You know, getting our foot in the door and starting
That's it.
some free
I want to do that.
like offers, like, hey, shoot a commercial with us.
Yes.
Your first one is free, you know.
You want to use Craigslist?
This is not a roast on Craigslist. Anyways, what were we talking about? What did you ask me before?
The vision, the end result.
Yeah, the end result. I would love for us to travel together, do ministry.
Okay. Vision.
Go to different places around the world and just do our art, like in the streets, host like movie showcases and like touch lives through film. Just do so many things. Like I actually want to do like art on the beach.
Art on the beach.
Like, you know, things like that. Host events where we invite people for free and they just encounter God. Like, you know,
I need to shoot commercials on the beach for my business. Yes. You know,
inviting people to pray for people, you know, that kind of thing where it's like just so free and crazy and wild. You might be overstimulated. I'm sorry. There's just so much to it. You're just going to have to come to find out.
Yeah. I will say, I just want to get into acting and doing I'm already doing skits for my church. The doors have been opened.
Great
practice.
Great experience.
I mean, Yesterday, I dressed as a scientist for the kids, and I made a dry ice experiment, and then put a bunch of like dry ice in a vat with Hawaiian punch, and it was like smoking out and just going everywhere. And I did like fire. I made green fire with copper chloride and mixed it
So
together with
inspiring.
methanol liquid fuel. And sprinkled sulfur and made like violet sparks, and made one of my beads instantly with glowing UV radiation and green phosphorescence. And then I after the vat was done boiling with the dry ice, I also put silver, like a bar of silver on the dry ice, and it made like this hissing sound and started shaking around and got all like icy, and it was really cool. And just to show that silver is the best conductor of electricity and heat and cool. And then it turned into soda, the drink. It turns into soda because dry ice is literally just carbon dioxide that was pressurized. Because
He's a scientist.
I'm a scientist.
He's a mad scientist.
We're all scientists.
Yeah.
You know, guys, that we're all scientists, but it's beaten out of us
Oh, wow.
at a young age, like
You know, it
through
makes
the
sense.
teaching.
Because like you come out of this world you come into the world like as a baby, and you just want to put stuff in your mouth and touch stuff.
You want to
and-
learn. You want to understand.
and try things, and then you go to school and you have
School.
to sit on a desk for like
School.
6 hours, and you got to study, and you don't really care. You just memorize information.
Yeah, memorize and learn to memorize and only remember things for the moment. And the way it's taught, everything is taught, it's just not the right way, and it's been the same way since for like 120 years. And it's a hard thing to get by, honestly. Teaching in the school, like people are like, "Oh, fix it." It's not easy to fix that.
No.
It's like because everyone's different. And because everyone's different, and we have all these mental illnesses coming out, and then we have the spiritual realm to deal with, all the spirits. Like, you got so much.
had a
And
dream
teachers
one
not being
time.
paid enough either. It's just horrible, dude.
I had I'm very hopeful for the education system.
Me too.
You know,
Me too. Our church is doing something, by the way.
like,
River School.
like not just fixing it or creating our own, but just seeing like God's like glory and transformation in it. Because like these systems, I would say like there's systems like in our like society that are just broken just because of the way that the world is and functions. But like there's so much hope when people that are supposed to be leaders actually step up and take their place and just doing what God called them to do, you know? Like I've worked in the foster care system, and like, yeah, you can see like there's just so many holes and so many things. Like, why isn't this child getting the care they need? Like, why is there no therapy for them? Why does it take so long, you know, just to get them services? But like, I think at the end of the day, it's like realizing like our jobs are not just our jobs. Like they should be like they're a point of connection for us to help people that need the help, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So really loving our jobs and doing it to the best of our ability. Not that we're doing it for people, but that we're, you know, doing it for God, you know, because at the end of the day, like your boss is not your boss. Like you're going to answer to God, you know, at the end of the day. Like if we look at it that way and like we see our job as like an opportunity to like really change someone's life. And
I
we
don't see my
care-
job like that.
If we
I don't
start
want to work night shift at the Hilton Hotel all night, running around getting
Well,
people's cars
that's
with
a
getting knee pain.
corporation.
Oh, working at McDonald's. Oh, I love serving people burgers. You know, like, no. But I see what you're saying.
But like a shout out to all the people that work there and help us to function, you know, because yeah,
I think they want
you
me to
still
do a
need that
flip.
person.
They keep commenting they want me to do a flip.
A flip where?
I don't know. You want me to flip over the table? What do you guys want from me?
This is a crazy first podcast. Like my brain is everywhere.
I'll do it. I'll freaking do it.
But yeah, at the end of the day, love your job or do something else.
Easy.
Because the people there do need you. They need you.
That's a really easy thing to do. Just change your job.
Oh yeah, just change your job. Like that's not easy.
Oh. So exhausted. Do a flip.
How much much time do we have?
Oh, wait.
Because I think,
Isabel asked me if what this podcast is about.
well, it is.
It's about the art district. Duh.
Yes. And today we're covering everything in the kitchen sink.
In the kitchen sink. All the dishes that were dirty.
Everything. Yeah, we're basically talking about everything. But yeah, we wanted to talk about some ideas for like filming.
Ideas for filming. Ideas for creativity. I was just telling my testimony the entire time. In fact, I'm going to do this flip right now. Hold on.
Where are you going to do? No, please don't. Where? A flip how?
The audience wants
You
it.
will see it later. He'll come back tomorrow, okay?
The audience
Tomorrow
wants to see
we
me
will
do a
be
flip.
at Common Grounds, okay, for the business networking meeting.
Oh, I have to do a flip. I have to do a backflip. I have to. They're asking me. I have to entertain the people.
You'll post it later. We're not doing a flip in the ring. We're not. Yeah, ask us, leave a comment, follow us, tag us. You know what to do. Leave us a question in the comments of like anything you want to ask us or just ideas for our next podcast.
Wait. Ideas.
Yes, ideas.
Ideas.
Ideas are ideas
I know.
in your head.
I have an idea.
Uh-huh.
There is this skit I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say, okay, this is how it's going to start. I'm going to have my phone in this format.
I'm sorry we promised you that we would discuss ideas right now, but really got to go. So,
You're going to cut me off like that?
yeah, I'm so sorry, my dude. I love
Why?
you.
You have to have dinner with your friend?
Yes, but also the good people at Common Grounds have entertained us for so long. Awkward silence. Bye, we love you. See us next
That's
time.
not how you end a podcast.
I don't care. I'm ending it like I want.
Okay. We'll end it. But this is how you end a podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you guys are on YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment, and or do anything you want.
We love you.
We're gonna continue another podcast later. It's been great.
So you can hear some of our actual ideas and the ones that we actually do want to share.
Yes, this wasn't a podcast about ideas. This was a podcast
About everything.
about everything, a little bit of everything, and the idea of Lumina and Lumin Productions and on the testimonies that brought me to where I am.
It's kind of all over the place.
And a little bit about Art District.
Bye.
That's the beautiful thing about having a first time. You guys have a wonderful one.
You can make
Take care, guys.
1,000 mistakes.
And hold on, let me turn something on real quick.
And it doesn't matter because it's your first time. We love you. We love you. Bye.